Hello, fellow duck hunters and California waterfowl members. It's Mark Henley again with California Waterfowl. I'm standing on the north steps of the state capitol. We just were in a legislative hearing on SB 1175. That's the African Game Species Ban Possession Bill. We've been actively opposing this bill along with a lot of other hunting groups for quite some time now. We're really afraid of the precedent this type of ban would set. What the legislature is trying to do is to essentially pick and choose certain African species and term them iconic and then prohibit you from possessing those in California. Of course, that has nothing to do with science. It's all based on emotion, completely the wrong way to manage wildlife. So we're here to take a stand on that. I think the bill, because the committee chair is running it, is going to have some legs, but we're hopeful as it goes through the process we can either get it amended or killed. So stay tuned on that. In terms of, some of you may be asking, well, what does this have to do with my hunting? Well, it has a lot to do with your hunting, because the precedent of having this kind of language in the Fish and Game Code, you know, what's the, to prevent the legislature next year from saying, hey, we're going to add black-tailed deer or bighorn sheep to that list. We can't let this get into the Fish and Game Code. And I can also say that the anti-hunting groups that are supporting this, they're never going to stop until they frankly get rid of all hunting. I mean, their whole approach is to take it species by species, type of hunting by type of hunting, and eventually what will be left is something that is unrecognizable to the rest of us hunters. So we got to all stick together and fight these kind of bills. Something else that we've been working on the last few months is trying to protect funding for Fish and Game's wildlife areas. We have a lot of our waterfowl hunting programs taking place. We kicked that off in February with a tour of Gray Lodge Wildlife Area and had a great discussion about the challenges, the budgetary challenges that many of the wildlife area managers face. Our state lobbyist, Mark Smith, was actually here on Sunday. The Senate had a budget hearing, and he was providing testimony in support of greater funding for the state areas. And you know, it's something that is very important and dear to us. We know that if the department doesn't have enough resources for its lands, that's not only going to negatively impact waterfowl habitat on those areas, but frankly degrade the hunting opportunities there. So we'll find out later in June what the legislature decides is the final budget and what the governor signs, and report back to you. But again, it's certainly an important issue for us, and so stay tuned on that.